Okay, let's get straight to it. The feminist's favorite stud of the decade, Teyana Taylor, got exposed not by the blogs, not by her ex-husband, Iman Shumpert, but by the actual court. After running to social media trying to paint herself as a victim, the judge looked into all the evidence presented by both parties and said absolutely not. Turns out Teyana was the one held in contempt for being a chatty patty, violating a court order, and trying to spin the narrative while hiding behind Instagram chatter and public sympathy. And let's be clear, she wasn't just wrong, she was willfully in contempt of the court order. The same woman who was dragging her ex-husband's name, claiming he was bitter and emotional, ended up having to cough up $70,000 to cover his legal fees. Before, she claimed that he was the one leaking their information to the blogs, and the court found that to be a lie.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
The judge told Teyana that it wasn't Iman who violated the order and came to the conclusion that she's the one who did it herself. For those who don't know the full rundown, both Teyana and Iman appeared in court with their attorneys after accusing each other of being in contempt of the judge's order. It all started with her accusing him of leaking their information about their divorce settlement. She went down and filed official paperwork asking the judge for two things. Number one, she wanted him to pay her legal fees. And number two, she told the judge she wanted him thrown in jail. And don't gloss over that, because I see that's what all the flamingos are doing. Over a baseless claim that Teyana concocted herself, she wanted a judge to literally lock him up. So Iman and his attorneys, they responded by saying, "No, Your Honor, Teyana is actually the one in contempt, and she's the one who dragged us here with false claims and tried to have my client jailed. So we're asking that she face the same exact punishment that she was demanding for him. That's only fair, right?" Yeah, Iman's legal team didn't come to play. They came back with receipts like, let's get something straight. Teyana is the one out here violating court orders, and since she was the one trying to throw her ex in jail over her own lies, they said that she should be the one found in contempt, ordered to pay all legal fees, and since she brought up jail time, that jail cell should specifically be reserved for her instead. At that point, out of nowhere, she wanted to walk back her original request to have her ex-husband jailed. Why? Probably because she realized that trying to get someone locked up based on lies was about to backfire. But yeah, Iman's side stood firm. They told the judge absolutely not. We're not backing down. She's the reason we're in court. She's the one who started this mess, and she needs to be held accountable. Why play mercy games with someone who tried to weaponize the court system out of pure spite? So after reviewing the testimony, the witnesses, and all the submitted evidence, the judge ruled that Teyana willfully violated the court order by publicly disclosing information she was legally prohibited from sharing. Her claims against Iman, thrown out. Her request for legal fees, denied. Jail time for Iman? Absolutely not. Instead, the only one who walked out the courtroom with a bill was Teyana Taylor herself, who was ordered to pay $70,000 to cover his attorney fees, but the judge spared her from jail. Now, that's what happened. But instead of focusing on Teyana's actual lies and character flaws exposed in court, what are they doing out here on the feminist-led social media streets? They're deflecting. Suddenly, the conversation shifts to, see, this is why women shouldn't marry men who make less money than them. They're not saying women shouldn't lie on men to gain favor with the public, or women shouldn't weaponize the system against men using lies. No one is addressing that at all. They're acting like Teyana is being ordered to pay these $70,000 in legal fees because she's making more income since he's not playing in the NBA anymore. No, she was ordered to pay that money not because of her income or his income. She was ordered to pay the money because she was found to be a liar in court. And remember, she was the one originally asking for lawyer fees in court. So in response, he asked for the same thing. You would think the feminists would see that as fair and equality, but no. Her being found in contempt instead and being ordered to cover all the fees is somehow all because she's earning more money than him now that he's not in the NBA. Nah, they're not addressing this at all. They have totally reframed the narrative, and they just keep repeating, don't marry men who make less money than you. Totally forgetting that that wasn't the case for Teyana and her ex-husband. When they got together, he was in the NBA. Teyana was not out earning him. Yet at that time, she was a struggling artist on Kanye's label that never made it off the ground. Before that, she was struggling under Pharrell. So when she met him, even with his rookie contract, he was making more money than her. And by the time they got married, he was right in the middle of his $40 million contract, his largest payday. That man was cashing league checks while she was doing choreography and cameos for Fabulous and rappers like that for just pennies and attention. I just think it's amazing how y'all love rewriting history when it helps a narrative. And yes, now that he's out of the league, his income declined drastically. So he's making about $50,000 per month, while she's making over $90,000 per month. But again, think about it. Even in this era of her career, she's doing about $1.1 million a year. This man made over $48 million in his career alone just off NBA contracts, not even including any of his other deals. And sure, Teyana, she's been on the scene since Sweet 16, but she still ain't never made $48 million. What y'all talking about? Like, stop playing. She used the image of being married to this NBA player for clout and used his reliable NBA checks for stability. And it was with that type of support, giving her the opportunity to focus on her craft, that finally got people to pay attention to her who ignored her for years prior. And now all of a sudden, they make it seem like all the money she ever touched came from herself, and somehow they're running with the narrative that he's taking her money. Like how? The properties accumulated didn't come from her $1.1 million a year. It came from the $48 million in NBA contracts. That's the unbiased truth, straight up facts. But these flamingos insist on getting on social media, spreading lies.
I know several men like Iman Shumpert. The fact that you're willing to make yourself look bad to make Teyana Taylor look worse is fucking insane. Talking about based on Teyana's success and her income that she can afford to pay for her fees, but now she is ordered to pay Iman Shumpert $70,000 because he's a broke ass motherfucker.
Shamur, or however, Iman, whatever your name is, come here. Come to the front of the class right now. What in the Sam Hill are you doing? Trying to get your baby mama to serve jail time. Are you cool, bitch? If I haven't learned anything from these celebrities, I have learned. Do not marry a joker that don't have more than you.
No matter how much they repeat the lies, it won't make it the truth. Again, he earned nearly $50 million in NBA contracts alone. Teyana, no matter how many times you see her dancing on social media, she's never earned $50 million doing anything. Like, what are y'all talking about? Her net worth isn't even higher than his. Sure, her income is more now post-NBA, but her overall career growth is nowhere near his. And even her net worth is a fraction of his. So yeah, outside of these lies they're running around telling, let's talk about the real issue. Teyana's masculine, aggressive energy that emasculates every man she deals with. From Iman to her current man, the Pierre guy, who in my opinion looks like he'd rather be modeling for a gender-fluid fashion line than leading any relationship. She's the common denominator here. Every man around her ends up looking more feminine than she does. That's not a coincidence. That's what happens when a woman doesn't know how to fall back, be soft, or respect masculine energy. Instead, she dominates, she disrespects, she controls. She emasculated Iman throughout their relationship and didn't stop there. She even taught their own daughters to do the same. Anyone remember how her oldest daughter, Junie, used to talk to her father on their reality show? Oh yeah, I'll never forget. It's the #1 reason why I stopped supporting their reality show. At first, I was there for the young black couple, the NBA champion that was in the middle of his $40 million contract, started a family with a black woman, when the narrative is athletes don't mess with black women, which is also another lie. But when the feminists saw her daughter's behavior, they thought it was cute and sassy. And of course, I completely disagree. It was disrespectful. You saw a child copying her mother's communication style 100% out of order, especially coming from a child's mouth to a parent. But that showed me enough. And after that moment on the show, I never watched them again. So now after all the dust settles, Teyana is in the red, ordered by a judge to pay the very man she tried to drag and throw in jail. And instead of her fake fans holding her accountable for lying, weaponizing the system, and using her followers on social media to create this narrative, she's still perceived to be some sort of victim because a judge ordered her to pay the fees. basically gave her the same punishment that she was trying to give him. And obviously she was in the wrong, because in family court, we already know it's got to be really bad for them to side with the man. And to think that she was the one sending him messages, calling him a professional victim, you got caught. And you can only fool your timeline for so long before reality checks you harder than the judge did. These two need to move on and focus on co-parenting, and all I can say is good luck with that. Iman, you're the one who picked a stud to be your wife, and you got with her and made 2 direct copies of her. Because believe me, the daughters, he might as well call them copy and paste. And even if you can't see it now, oh, just wait, he's going to see it. That's all I'm going to say. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Tell me what you think about this below. Gotta send a shout out to Femi. I appreciate you for supporting the channel. You can show your support as well. The link to PayPal is below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like and share.